Also guys, before this video begins, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let's go! The hype is real, the hype is real. One Piece chapter 984. Stay tuned to hear my review. Alright, the name of this week's chapter is My Bible. We have Lola and Chiffon looking at Pound, and we have underneath it says, "Oh my family, I'm your dad." Lola and Chiffon look pretty surprised, but Pound has a big smile on his face. Now, as we jump into the good stuff, we see the remnants of what happened between page 1, Oti, Yamato, and Luffy. Now, from the last chapter, we see Luffy did a gear 3rd punch straight into page 1, and all the fodder around him seem to be really worried about page 1. But page 1 is looking like, hey, he almost dislocated my jaw. And then the fodder around him are acting like, what? That's it? Just like they can't believe it. And then shifting to the next scene, we see Oti. She gets right back up as well, saying, "Oh, they hurt me so, Pepe. Oh, delicate me." Then page 1 tells Oti if she was really hurt, she should get her psychopath self off of him and rest. But obviously, she's just kidding around. After that, page 1 begins to curse Yamato, saying, "Why is he using Kaido-san's Thunder Bagua?" And then Oti says, "Don't make me laugh. It's more like a Thunder Sigua." And also, for those who don't know, Thunder Bagua means 8 trigrams, while Thunder Sigua means 4 trigrams. Then someone in the background tells Oti, "Well, at least it looked like it definitely hurt you though." And after that, page 1 takes off looking for Yamato and Straw Hat, while Oti's saying, "Don't you leave me, you little bastard." Then we have the fodder in the background saying, "Wow, these dinosaur zones are crazy tough." Alright, so if you guys watched my review from last chapter of 983, when page 1 and Oti were both taken down, well, supposed to be taken down, I said they are both not down because, as we saw with the fight with page 1 and Sanji, page 1 is super durable. So with Oti being page 1's sister, I'd expect Oti to be super durable as well. And as we can see, clearly that's the case here. I was right. And when it comes to this raw physical strength and durability, these ancient zones, especially these dinosaur zones, are crazy strong and tough. It's gonna take a lot more than a Thunder Sigua and a gear 3rd punch from Luffy to take them down. With that being said, let's continue. We jump into the next page and we see Luffy fighting Yamato. Now this was highly unexpected because in the last chapter we all know that Luffy, when he was grabbed by Yamato, he said, "It doesn't look like you're one to harm me." So seeing this here is a little confusing. My theory here is why Luffy let Yamato carry him is because Luffy must have just been in shock when he saw another Thunder Bagua. Because after that, Luffy begins to say, "I'm not just gonna drop everything and follow some stranger that I don't even know." So Luffy throws down a gear 3rd punch at Yamato, all hockeyed up, while Yamato just holds his little weapon and tries to block it off, while also saying to Luffy, "Please listen to me." So, after Luffy and Yamato begin to fight for a little bit longer, Yamato says, "This reminds me of our fights together." And then Luffy just continues to attack Yamato, on and on and on. And then page 1 arrives to the scene and asks the fodder around him, "Where are those two?" And then they tell him, "We're sorry, forgive us. We've lost sight of them." Next, the scene shifts to Orochi showing off his capture of Odin's son Momonosuke to all of the beast pirates, and begins to say this must be the work of Toki, using her sorcery to send her grudge into the future. But all the beast pirates around are just not believing him. And then the scene shifts to where we see Jinbei and Nico Robin chilling with the beast pirates, drinking some sake and laughing at Momonosuke. Now, with Jinbei and Nico Robin being undercover, they just have to keep quiet and lay low because they're contemplating, they're thinking to themselves that they want to go and save Momonosuke, but they can't. Jinbei is telling Robin to keep her cool and stay strong. We also see Hirogoro feeling the same exact way. And we also learn that the infiltration force has successfully infiltrated the banquet, and they are ready to go. We also learn that the red scabbards have arrived to the rear entrance of the island. We also have Law and the Heart Pirates moving through the sea to get to their entrance. Law is also using his devil fruit powers to maneuver through the sea, and it also begins to snow. Then we also see Marco is coming in. We have a little reunion between him and Inuyarashi. We also see Kawamatsu telling Nekomamushi he's gotten so big. And then we also learn that Marco told Nekomamushi where he can go find Izo, so he picked him up too. And then after Kiku sees Izo, he begins to start crying. Then Izo tells Kiku, "You have become a great samurai." But guys, get this. The reason Kiku was crying is because Izo is Kiku's big brother. And then everyone around says, "Brother Izo." They're just all in shock. However, in this page, we also see Law saying there is an entrance towards the top, and he bets his life that that one leads to Kaido. Next, we see Kaido, King, Queen, Jack, Orochi, and Momonosuke. Kaido begins to ask, "Where is Linlin?" Then Bao Huang tells Kaido she's on her way here. Then Kaido tells Bao Hang, "Then say something sooner." Then Bao Huang says he's sorry. Or she, I don't really know. Then Kaido says he'll just make his big announcement beside the execution of Momonosuke. But then we also cut to a scene to where we see the Beast Pirate saying they know Kaido is on their side, but whenever they see him up there, they feel like it's a gate to hell. And the mood just gets so heavy. And after that, the scene switches to inside the attic of the keep. Here we see Yamato and Luffy. They begin to have that conversation. Luffy tells Yamato he has 5 minutes to explain himself. Now here, we finally find out some intel on Yamato. He says one day he went to his dad and said he wants to be Kazuki Oden. Then Kaido beat the hell out of him for it. Then Luffy says, "Well, what's that got to do with me?" So then Yamato goes back into a story and says 20 years ago, he saw Oden's legendary hour-long execution. Then he begins to praise Oden, saying there's never been another samurai like him. And he hates how Orochi and his dad killed him. But get this, after Oden's execution, Yamato somehow found Oden's logbook in Kuri, and he says it's been his Bible ever since. So this confirms Yamato is not Oden, he's just a super fanboy. Then Yamato goes on to say Oden and Kaido have no idea that Oden's logbook even exists. And then Yamato ends with saying, with the Red Scabbards dead, someone has to carry on Oden's will. Then Yamato reveals his plan to Luffy, saying he wants to reopen this country and he wants Luffy to fight alongside him. But guys, this is the main reveal of the entire chapter right here. Now guys, honestly, I still can't believe it. We see Yamato's face and it is a woman. Now guys, this honestly, it confuses me like a lot. But before I talk about that, let me finish off this chapter. When Luffy sees Yamato's face, he says, "I thought you said you were Kaido's son." And then Yamato replies, "Well, Kazuki Oden was a man, wasn't he? So I became a man too." Then Yamato compliments Luffy's strength, saying you really are strong, and you haven't even gotten serious yet. And the chapter ends off with Yamato being proclaimed as the daughter of Kaido, and also the self-proclaimed Kazuki Oden. And then her last words say, "You remind me of Ace." So clearly, during that flashback with Ace on Wano, he met Yamato. Interesting. It's just very interesting. And yes, there will be a break next week. But guys, Yamato is a girl? Like, the reason this has me like so confused is because did Kaido not know when his child was born if it was a male or a female? Or maybe he wasn't even there for the birth, but how could you not know your daughter was posing as a boy for the entirety of their life? Also, I don't know if like a Izo and Kiko thing where Yamato is dressing as a female, but I'm definitely gonna want some more info on if Yamato really is a girl, because it just doesn't sound right. Like, how could you not know your own child's gender? Like, male, female, I think it's pretty obvious when they're born. But guys, tell me what you think about this chapter. Have you read it yet? Go check it out. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you like the content. But really, Kaido's son is a girl. Still can't wrap my head around it. But I'm Mahadeva, and I'm out!